Okay, we are live for episode 12 on our Ultimate General Civil War playthrough for the first time. And we are currently in the midst of the Battle of Gettysburg. So we're going to do a quick sound check as we try to do because we are working on being professional here. And I sound beautiful for a Saturday midday. Okay, so continuing where we had just left off, my friends, at 12:29, July the 19th of July, 2026. It's kind of odd how this game, when you save, it has the day, month, year. So that right there tells me something's odd right there, because generally where I live, they go day, month, year. And it's always different in different parts of the world. But alas, that is how it is to be. So, I do like this map. I do like this map. I don't know why. I'm kind of digging this map of the Civil War map here, It really highlights. To me, I talked about this yesterday, I think. It's so odd how it highlights the mountains and the rivers. Like, exaggerates them tremendously. Okay. And it exaggerates the size of the cities. So, it's just interesting. Okay. So, we are in the very middle of a big one, my friends. The Battle of Gettysburg. Huge battle. We did we did maybe about two sequences of it, 2 to 3 sequences of it. But it is getting sketchier by the minute. Because every time I think, oh, okay, I've got it under control. We're good on this position. And next thing you know, he comes up with more reinforcements. So our starting force at the beginning of this battle is absolutely pathetic. But it wasn't our army, it was Buford's Corps. We did steal the supply. We are chewing him up. Okay, our threat right now is at the bottom right. We are having some issues here. Oh, see, Franklin broke Davis. Okay, why are you not getting in that cover? Get in that cover. Okay, maybe we can get Franklin in there fairly quickly. And he just broke. Okay. Yeah, we're getting in massive trouble. My goodness. Okay. He keeps pulling in troops down here. He has got us massively outgunned here. I'm almost thinking we need to pull everybody back here and then work our way back up. Abandoning the ridge altogether. Confederate secured Cemetery Hill. That's terrible. Terrible for us. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yet we are holding here somewhat. Barely. Only because of our artillery, I'm convinced. Oh, Heinzelman is still here. The cover is not doing nearly as good as I thought it would be. I'll be honest. It's really not doing as good as I thought it would be. The cover, getting into specific coverage areas. Defeat. Look how close we were. Is that the entirety of the Battle of Gettysburg? If it is, I'll be absolutely disgusted. No, wait. There's no way. Because it's only the first day. There's no way. So we have been relieved of command. That's funny. So that's what happens if you lose. Okay. We're not going to let that happen. And this one I have here, this is at the beginning of the battle, if I'm not mistaken. But we might still be able to. Oh, I see. The main thing here is holding this position. You've really got to hold this position. So we're going to focus on not losing this. And we're going to try and get this guy over here to try and save it. Possibly. Maybe even the cavalry even can help save it. If not, we might have to redo the battle. And there's no shame in that. This is a tough engagement. Because it's only the first day, so if you don't keep this position here, if you don't keep that position there, and these two, Cemetery Ridge, Culp's Hill. This might be Culp's Hill here. See, we're contesting it. Defeat. Yeah. I guess we'll have to, we could try loading a little bit earlier in the battle. That was about 4 minutes beforehand. We could try loading that, and this was a good 30 minutes beforehand. So we have several battles. So it's not like the campaign's over. This is the first time we've encountered it, so yeah, Gettysburg, I guess, is a big deal. You cannot get a defeat at blah, 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 blah. You have to have a victory. Okay, so this is a little bit beforehand. We're going to go ahead and move these two artillery over here to support, along with that cavalry. Same with this cavalry. Move him over here to support. Supply wagon will bring him down. Over here, we'll just keep holding our position here. I think we can hold. We're able to hold this. This is where we're still getting shaken up. Franklin is retreating. I do not know why. Unlimber. What does unlimber mean? Oh, that means... Oh, okay. That... I got you. Well, I should know that from... Total War Empire. Nice. So right here, we need to start laying down some... Uh-oh. That's not good. Probably gonna have to reload even earlier. See, this is like just enough. Well, this time we're actually doing worse. That's odd. Not bad. Alright, let's get him some supplies. Get Franklin back up here. We've got a little bit more down here now. Up here we have, we're slightly struggling up here now. Just watching it, seeing how it plays out. See, now right here, because we pulled a little bit extra out of that area, it's kind of struggling. Oh, come on, McClellan, you better hold. Is it me, or did we do worse this time? Alright, here's what we'll do. go way back. We've got several saves. Okay, this is much earlier on. This is actually... Any other reinforcements we get, we're going to have to put them over here on the cemetery hill. All of this is going to have to hold this area, essentially. Our skirmishers could be used to flank a little bit better than they did last time. Last time they were not that effective on flanking, and we lost some of Buford's cavalry here pretty early on. We'll try to keep more of these skirmishers alive. That was such a heavy push he has on the eastern side of the battlefield later on. So we will definitely be prepared for that a little bit better. See, now we can pull our skirmishers back because we've got our infantry. Matter of fact, bring all of our skirmishers up here to the north and cavalry in the south. We'll keep this singular skirmish brigade down here. One artillery. I think we get a second one later. Okay, McClellan's getting flanked. We'll have to tighten up right here. At least now, we're in position here a little bit. I wonder if we can get them before they reform. Nope. Oh, he's actually charging. Nice. So now you can rout him. See, the skirmishers, I'm starting to see the skirmishers, they can be effective, but you've really got to, like, you got to manage them a lot. He's definitely got us way outnumbered in this battle. And you know what I think it is? I think it is you have to have a victory on day one in order to get to day two. So the hardest part for us playing as the Union here is probably going to be this day one. Because we just don't have much of our army out in the field yet. So this guy needs to wrap around. Alright, Franklin, hold. Alright, get that cavalry up there. This artillery. Get it right here. We really want to make sure we hold this. We just completely annihilate this army here. Oh, you'd think he'd be flanked, but perhaps that tactic's not working. See, we've got this Pettigrew here surrounded. Okay, he's routed now. So now we take everybody and attack that position. Nice, okay. So our 2 cavalry should be able to run them down. Okay, hold on. Save right there. That's a good save. That's a good save up top. See if we can catch him off guard. When you get infantry routed, that's when you need to use your cavalry to run them down. See, now our skirmishers, we need to get them, excuse me, in the woods here to kind of sideswipe them. See, they just routed him. So now you can come in here, charge him. Same with this skirmisher, come over here. We're really going to have to make hard use. Alright, skirmishers are going to have to focus on this infantry. Our cavalry might have to pull back here. See, right here, we are actually doing, like, really good. Okay, right here we need to pull back. Everybody pull back. Pull back. Because he's heavy right here now. Okay, where'd that cavalry go? Still cutting him up. Oh, get out of there. We lost one cavalry up top. Alright, bring Heinzelman up. We're going to take all of these gentlemen here and march them down to the south. 4 skirmishers and a cavalry. Bring them all down here. Nice job cutting him up. See how these skirmishers are kind of messing up his cohesion from the side? We just destroyed that brigade. Alright, keep up the fire here. Trying to do it. It's tricky getting a good group selection here. Nice visibility here. This is nice. We really can see what all he's got going on. Alright, Heinzelman, come in here. Alright, skirmishers, come back. Yeah, we're gonna swing everybody down here. Save as. Do a little separate save there. It'll be tricky. This day 1, I think, is the challenge on this. Now, see, this cavalry theoretically charge that position. And this cavalry over here could do the same thing. We're going to bring our skirmishers back here to the center. For the moment. Oh, there's no way you can get in there. Oh, you're gonna get chewed up. I'm tapping the charge button like crazy, but it ain't working. Alright, pull back, pull back. You can't do anything. We're almost going a bit more on the offensive on this attempt on day 1. I don't know what's wrong with my neck today. Let me slow it down here. See, this isn't bad. Although I don't like the way these guys are positioned here. Pull him up a little bit. Pull him up a little bit. Need to kind of get our line squared away here a little bit. I wanted that cavalry to swoop around in the back, but we might just use him to kind of rear charge this particular brigade here. Alright, hold. Franklin, come up. Okay, this is not bad. Nice. Okay, perfect. Now the cavalry will keep up pressure on him. You can defeat an infantry brigade using skirmishers and cavalry, but it just takes a lot of management. It takes a lot of management to do that. See, he'll chew him up. And then these skirmishers here will start fiddling with this guy. Let's bring this guy to kind of flank Davis here in the rear. We could start messing his line up a little bit. That's the problem, is getting to that artillery. Alright, right now we are holding X. Man, McClellan, get back in there, my goodness. Okay, save right there. This is going like real good. Giving it another attempt here is was definitely the way to go. Giving it another attempt here, because we've kind of changed our tactic up a little bit, and we've kind of changed the way the battlefield is unfolding. Now, I'm just hoping that our reinforcements that do come in are enough to hold the cemetery hill. Alright, shoot him up, come on. Alright, we had a slight break here in our center. Fire right here. Concentrate our artillery. More of our brigades deploy. Okay. We have to hold the ridges today with what we have. So, essentially, we have to hold that cemetery hill down there. And it's going to be tricky. The battlefield did open up tremendously. I think we've lost one of our skirmishers here. Alright, McClellan might be able to do a little bit of flanking here. And you are flanked. That's not good. Alright, you get in there. Mess up that artillery before standard breaks. Alright, Perrin, get back in line. Yeah, we've lost those skirmisher brigades. That cavalry has just been chewing up that guy. Okay, so see, this is going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard for our two singular artillery here to hold this position. And I think that's where we kind of made a mistake on our army, is we should have had, instead of those two extra artillery, we should have had a couple of infantry brigades. But hindsight's 2020. So what we can do here now. Alright, here's what we need to do. Pull McClellan back. McClellan is going to cover the artillery. The artillery we're going to put right here. McClellan will be over here along with the skirmisher of the cavalry. And maybe, just maybe, that can hold. We're holding this position just fine. This is not a problem. It's just having enough to hold the right side of the battlefield. So we're pulling McClellan up to here. We might pull Perrin back over to here. And we'll keep Franklin I feel like we're doing some pretty good damage over here. Barrett will kind of shift this line over a little bit here. Essentially. Put Barrett here. Franklin, put him right here. The supply, I'll give those guys some ammunition. He's still chewing him up. We secured McPherson Ridge with our cavalry, our sneaky cavalry. Oh boy, okay. Alright, well, how are your supply? Okay, your supplies okay. Get over here and refill these guys. Alright, Heinzelman, pull back a little bit. So this is hopefully can be a bit more of a delay in action, keeping him away from here. Even though he breaks us here, we'll have more time to kind of slowly push us back. Our previous attempt, we were rushing to get over there, and he's still chewing them up. Alright. Yeah, don't deploy in that thing right there. I'm starting to find out that that's kind of a bad position, because you keep getting flanked right there for whatever reason. The way the men are laid out. Okay, can you please get in there? Thank you. Okay, why are you not firing? What is your range? Okay, you need to get a little closer, that's why. Let's see how. Alright, hold on. Save. This is going pretty good. Save. We'll just make a new save here. That was the first time I encountered that. When you get a defeat, it's kind of like game over. It's like your one chance on this game. Alright, don't go over here, because you're going to get chewed up with artillery fire. The cavalry's just being a nuisance. Attract his attention. We're going to bring this guy over here. Yeah, here comes his slow... Oh, we lost our cavalry up top. What the heck? He got swiped. Dang it. That was one of our brigades, too. That's okay. Sacrifices must be made. You did your duty. Man, this last skirmisher is still going toe-to-toe. 120 men are holding up 1,600 men. That's kind of funny. And they're out of ammo, too, but they're still fighting. Yeah, it's better just to do traditional battle line formation as opposed to... All of these guys have good ammo. So take our supply wagon over here to McClellan and Perrin. We don't want them to run out of bullets. Not concerned about our left flank. More concerned about our right flank. Okay, he's still dancing with them. Yeah, they got destroyed. They held up pretty good. Alright, now we've got some artillery on both sides. Have this artillery. Nah, just focus your fire up here. Our last cavalry brigade here is just going to be our eyes. They're just going to have to keep an eye out. We're still weak on our right side, but if we can see what he's got going on over here, we might pull one of our infantry brigades out. Yeah, he's got only a couple of 600-man brigades. Take Franklin, pull him out to the right. Cavalry here. And here comes this. Alright, you two. Fire on Brockenborough. What kind of guns do you have? You have a 6-pound field and you have a Napoleon. So it's got 1294 now. We'll see what kind of damage our artillery does. Alright, you need to fire on him. Come on. Any day now. Why are they not firing? Oh, because we had them on hold. That's why. Okay, so sometimes you don't want your artillery to be on hold. Well, we just learned something new today. If they're on hold, they won't shift. That's interesting. So we're going to get this guy. Oh yeah, they're chewing him up now. So we've only got 2 infantry brigades holding over here. Man. Our main objective is to hold Cemetery Hill, where we're going to withdraw when night falls. The high ground can keep us safe until the rest of the army arrives tomorrow. Okay, so was I playing this wrong? Should I have abandoned Seminary Ridge to the left of Gettysburg? As far as the game's objectives are concerned, I'm starting to think, as far as the game's objectives are concerned, I should take everything I have and pull it over here. We'll do another save here. We'll do another save here, and we'll just see how it plays out. I mean, ideally, I'd like to hold both positions. But we'll keep this hill over here a little bit weaker. And if it's weaker, it's weaker. If it breaks, it breaks. That's what I'm saying. Because it did tell us that this is our main objective, so we've got to hold right here. At least we've got some artillery support, and we did learn a function on the artillery. You don't want to put them on hold too much, because when they're on hold, they don't turn their cannons. Don't ask me why it took us 2 years of the game. It took us over 10 battles to finally figure that out, but that's why I kind of like this title. There's a lot of nuances to it that we're learning over time. A lot more control and function. Broken. Nice. Okay, now you two. Don't chase a whipped dog. Just keep focusing your fire on the rightmost wing. Do not let him sneak behind us here. Alright, we do have our Corps Commander game time here. Encouraging the citizens of downtown. Oh yeah, he got heavy infantry right here. So if Buford's still holding this hill, if he loses this position, I think it's okay, because I think our main objective is just keep right here. Oak Ridge is contested. Where the heck is Oak Ridge? Don't, I have no idea where Oak Ridge is. Okay, I think it's over here. Because we still control it, but capture Oak Ridge. See, right here we have victory condition. So we just have to essentially keep what we're doing. Alright, Franklin, come up. Our brigades are slightly larger than his are. Alright, Heintzelman. I need to turn you a little bit. Possibly. Or not. Hold. Get back in a position. We almost got swiped by that. O'Neill just unleashed a devastating volley against us. I'm hoping Kutsha artillery. He's reloading. Fire! Fire! There you go. Throw some cannonballs in there. Uh-oh. Brockenborough's trying to sneak around. Alright, bring that cavalry over here. We might have to use the cavalry to run him down. Do you see what I'm saying? He was trying to sneak. Sneak. I know my S's sound terrible. Okay, we broke O'Neill. Alright, Cutshaw. Turn back over here. Supply. Get the wagon. We need some artillery pieces over here. Just go back and forth up along the line. Ooh, that was close. He almost tried to sneak one past us here. So this is a big deal. Uh-oh, he might be trying to make a charge. Bust up his charge. Shoot him while he's in the water. Nice. Nice volleys. Alright, where's the supply wagon? Slowly making its way. And there's Brockenborough again. Alright, we've got to get this cavalry over there to run him down. Alright, keep, ignore Iverson for a minute. Start firing in the center of his line there. Okay, whoa, hold on. Alright, now you charge him. There you go. Alright, Franklin, get back in formation. Alright, if they engage him while he's still running away, come on, get him. Sometimes you gotta run past to get the... Are you serious? He recovered. Barely. We'll keep an eye on that. See, there's a gap right here, but our 2 artillery pieces are keeping him at bay. And his artillery's not having much effect on us being up on the hill there. Thank goodness. Alright, fire on Smith here. Alright. We're going to try one more time here to get rid of this Brockenborough guy that is just refusing to give up. I'm hoping he turns to face our infantry. Oh, fire. Alright. Charge him. Reloading. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Alright, bring Franklin up here. Now that cavalry will chew him up. We gotta worry about Brockenborough for the Confederates sneaking around us. Man, Perrin and McClellan have been holding this town perfectly. But there's still a lot of fight left. O'Neill is rather a large brigade. Focus fire on them. Oh, great. Our cavalry disengaged. Well, maybe there's one more time they'll have Brockenborough try to sneak around. We'll see. Right now, we are shockingly holding. I mean, we are barely holding downtown. Ooh, he's got some cannons out of sight. Franklin's taking artillery fire. You're only charging with that brigade because you're out of ammo. Give him a volley in the face. Alright, it's not too bad. The artillery fire we're receiving is not bad. Alright, start firing on Thomas there. Alright, I like the way you're firing. Alright, Franklin is doing a flanking maneuver now. Our cavalry is keeping an eye out for any sneak attacks. Man, that Confederate brigade, Brockenborough, what a nuisance. What a nuisance that brigade has been. Just riding the edge of the map trying to get to the objective. And we keep having to counter it over and over and over again. Alright, Franklin, turn a little bit because we're getting all guns are focused on the center. Standard's doing good holding this position here. Man, we are taking Uh, hella damage. But we've got some good saves. We might could mess up his division commander here. We've got 99% condition. Charge! It's hard to chase down. Horseback. But they're actually making it, shockingly. Nice. They're actually cutting them up. Okay, Franklin Hall. Dude, Brockenborough, he just keeps charging. Nice, we got rid of his division commander. It was either AP Hill or DH Hill, one of the two. See, now, there's an artillery right there. If Brockenborough breaks, our cavalry is definitely going to chew him up now. Mass punishment. That's what he gets. Alright, turn Franklin that way. Ooh, we have a fresh brigade here. Daniel Brigade. Over 2,000 men, that's not good. So we're going to have to turn these two guns over there to help deal with that threat. He just refuses to give up this brigade here. This is one of the starting cavalry that came with Buford's Corps. It wasn't even part of our Corps command at all. Yeah, just keep chewing him up. That artillery's probably going to knock us off of him. But that's okay, just 590 seconds left, so at least on day one here. Yeah, they had to break off. And we're knocking him down to size now. So you can imagine when we get how overwhelming we're going to be when we get the rest of our command in place. It's just day one, we just have nothing. Oh, that's beautiful. Tell me you saw that. He was trying to run up there, and they just did it like repulse. That was pretty good. That worked out really good in our favor. Now, being this is the second time we're attempting this, it's going much better. That first attempt, we were doing okay, but man, he just came so infantry heavy this direction, and we lost that objective. And we didn't really use the prepared cover so much. It's kind of weird because the prepared cover up here, it wasn't that effective to me. But these two prepared cover, my word, they have been working out awesome. The Perrin and McClellan, their positions have been working out great. Oh yeah, we're running out of ammo across the board. Wow, that wagon's empty. But there's only 400 seconds, so we can do it. I think when they're out of ammo, I think it just kind of it might just lower the reload rate. I don't know. I have to look that up. And look who's coming back. Look who's coming back for another round. Shoot, this is the funniest thing ever. This is the most ridiculous thing that that this is definitely the most ridiculous thing that we've seen yet in this title. Is Brockenborough Brigade on day one of the Confederacy just refuses to give up. He just keeps coming back again and again and again. I can't wait to see the stats at the end of the battle for this enemy brigade here, because you got to give it to them. They are just, that brigade is relentless. Oh yeah, Daniel just getting chewed up. Look at that canister shot. What kind of gun do you have? 10-pound ordnance. What do you have? 12-pounder Napoleon. Man, they got chewed him up. What kind of charge is this guy doing? He's getting desperate now. He's only got 260 seconds, so he's getting really desperate. Alright, start firing. Start firing on Doyle's brigade back there. They got 1,500 men. And these two artillery. Get some crossfire over here for the moment. Standard, just keep holding. Oh, look at the hill. Just look at the artillery bombardment this hill's been taking from the Confederates. This is where the most loss of life has been. It has just been so brutal right there. This area here has been... Oh, we just had one break. Barrett finally broke. But he'll recover. We'll get him back to the fray. Probably get him right there. He never did recapture this position. He just ignored it. He's really... Okay, looks like Daniel got about 120 seconds. It's almost like he's starting to think about doing a charge across the board. Alright, let's have these two artillery fire on Daniel. I think he's moving up for a charge. Oh, we're so out of ammo. It's terrible. Oh, get out of the water. Well, he is too, but look at all the artillery just popping off. Man, Standard. He's got a 1-to-1 KD ratio. He's killed 1,000, but he's taken 1,000 casualties. Heintzelman's got 2-to-1. Barrett 2-to-1. Perrin 2-to-1. McClellan about 1-for-1. Franklin, he's got more than 2-to-1. He's got a lot. But he was kind of a flanking type deal, so. Okay, I think we won it. I think we did. Whoo! Yes! Proceeding to the next day. Okay, so learn from my mistake. Day one, Gettysburg, plain as the Union. You have to hold that bottom right position. We were able to hold two. We were able to hold... we were actually able to hold the lower half of Seminary Ridge and Cemetery Hill. But alas, we are finally getting some reserves here. Okay, this looks like the southern part of the battlefield. So hopefully we get more troops into play. Because, man, he had us out. He definitely had us outmanned that day one. General Lee's army assembled and attacked us ferociously yesterday. You got that right. But we managed to stand our ground on Cemetery Hill, from where we are going to organize our defense. During the night and in the morning, we received reinforcements of one corps that took positions along Cemetery Ridge and Culp's Hill. A few brigades have advanced on Emmitsburg Road to a peach orchard farm in order to scout for enemy movements. We must be wary for an incoming attack on our left flank, which our left flank is down here, and defend our ground until the third corps of reinforcements arrive in the morning. Okay, so we do have more reinforcements coming on the third day. So what I'm thinking right now, we probably have all of these troops here, plus hopefully what we already have. So I'm hoping that we get some much needed reinforcements. I mean, we lost about half of our manpower in that day one, but that's just on our first corps, our main army group. He came at us hard. Okay, so we can't save here. We could go to camp, but there's really no point because we don't have any recruits. But we can replace some commanders. So hopefully our third corps and second corps are coming onto the battlefield. And see, it wasn't even all of this, guys. It was only, up top here. So it wasn't like we had a lot. Man, we took some hard damage here. Okay. We're going to need to replace these leaders here. Without a doubt. We're going to have to replace. We still had some in reserve, so it didn't cost any, but now we'll have to spend a little bit to get some.
Yes, sir.
So we'll get a couple of lieutenant colonels here to be in charge of our artilleries. Oof. That was bloody. Bloody, bloody, bloody. Well, at least we replaced our some of our brigade commanders and division leaders. Okay, back. Continue. Day 2 of Gettysburg. Here we go. Day 2. The Second Corps took position on Culp's Hill. Good. That's my really defensive corps right there. A few brigades are dispatched to guard Emmitsburg Road, but they are in a vulnerable position and should fall back. Confederates may attack from this direction, so we need to scout. Okay, so we kind of get into the fray pretty quick here. Alright, not sure. Let me see here. Okay, I think overall victory here. Or wanting to... Yeah, okay. We'll get this straight. Alright, let's see here. Got some positions. Buford's extra. Alright, pull him up here. Okay, so this is what he's talking about. We got a group here, but they could fall back if need to. So let's go ahead and bring the supply wagon back. Bring him up here. Buckley, take that position. Lydell, you hold right here. Okay. We're a little weak over here. This might be the little round top, I'm guessing. Krasinski. Let's okay, so you can kind of fire over. That's not bad. Okay, this is going to be sketchy here. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Krasinski, come over here. Tyler, shift over here. Card, come down here. Lydell, come down here. We're going to need to start shifting. Buford, come down here. I think he's going to come heavy down in the south here. Right now, that commander, he's just trying to eyeball that. What are our positions here? Little Round Top, South Cemetery Ridge, and Cemetery Ridge. Okay, I understand. So we have to hold this line, essentially. These flags are what we have to hold. So we're kind of shifting a lot of people down south here because, yep, look here. They forced everybody to go up through here. Even though some of the Confederates, they kept telling everybody, let's go around the hill, let's go around the hill. But, General Lee, he kept saying, no, there's no time for that, there's no time for that. And since he told them there's no time for that, they just come up the hill and they got chewed up. That's actually true. A lot of the other officers did not want to attack. They wanted to pull back. But it's kind of a political thing, if you think about it. Because at the time, the whole point of the Maryland campaign was because of the election coming up. And they really wanted to kind of, make the North feel like it's not worth it. So there was like all this political pressure to make Lincoln look bad. So that's why, and gain kind of more recognition for their cause, essentially. So that's why he was like so pushy on not retreating at all, going up to Pittsburgh and going up to Pennsylvania, because that was like his last chance to see, like, to show what do you call them people that observers, to show observers that we are as good as we say we are. We're not pulling back. Because if they had gone up to Pennsylvania and then retreated again, they would have lost a lot of support, essentially. And the combination of making Lincoln look bad. So a lot of those things kind of threw common sense under the wind for the Confederate leadership during the Battle of Gettysburg. They were just, they could not show their backs to the enemy, essentially. Because it would have been really bad. For the whole reason they came up in the first place. And yes, he is coming up really heavy here. Okay, get this artillery down here. Krasinski. Shaler's still deployed here. York is coming down in support. I'm going to kind of go a bit more traditional route here. Some of these brigades are not We were never able to get some of these brigades up to full strength after Chancellorsville. And it's starting to show now. Alright, Krasinski, you need to fall back. I'm thinking fall back is where you can pull back without turning your backs. But that might not be the case. It still looks like they're turning their backs. So there is no walking backwards option. I thought that there was, but apparently there's not. That would be nice, though. Alright, Brooks, Corps Commander, get down here. What's your supply like? Everybody's good on supply at the moment. Could use a little over here. So we'll slowly kind of work our way across the line. We'll work our way across the line with the supply wagon one time, and then we'll bring it to our battery position here. Okay, why are you not selected? There you go. Ugh. That's not good. Alright, Pleasanton or Benjamin? I don't know. That's, we might need to just hold that position. Oof. Nope, 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 nope. Get in that position. Yeah, don't do that. Alright, hopefully the Corps Commander can stabilize Tyler there. Keep him happy. Hold. Hold. Alright, Shayla retreated to that eyeball there. There's nobody up top. He's definitely coming up heavy in this area. Let's take Gordon here. Benjamin, hold that position. We're going to march this 1,000-man brigade down here to the south. Just in case he's trying some really wide sweeping maneuver here. We can kind of see it, but we need to start getting some flanking in place here. Alright, supply wagon. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Just get in that position. We've got Kershaw messed up now. Just get in that position. Alright, fire on Anderson. Stop wasting time with those skirmishers. There you go. See, I'm not going to abandon that top though, because it's too risky to abandon that position. Alright, car, cover right there. I'm not sure how well Krasinski's going to hold there. Between 2 infantry, 2 artillery. Okay, you guys back up supplied here. Get back in the fight. Get back in the fight. No retreat. He's got gentlemen in the woods here, but he's just too chicken to come out. Ah, Krasinski, you're about to get flanked. I thought Anderson was routing. How is he recovered and charging already? Man, the Confederates are so sneaky. Not sure what's taking so long to supply that infantry brigade there. That's alright. Not an issue. You two. Units that defended the right flank moved to assist you. Thank goodness. Alright, Hicks and Gordon. We're going to come down here. Along with Tyler, we might be able to push him up and over that, back off that hill. Okay, fire on Kershaw. Wisniewski broke, but he did a good job. Alright, I'm not sure why this Shaler is having a hard time reloading its ammunition. He's got some... Oh, supplies the white one. Oh my goodness. I was looking at the little numbers there. The green one is morale. Alright, bring the supply wagon back up to the artillery hill. That is brutal. Alright, we're gonna have to tighten this up a little bit. He's starting to make some progress. Get out of there. Shaler, get out of there. Tolbert, Wisniewski. Start holding up here. Boy, we got these guys down here just in time. It's starting to get ugly. Alright, Shaler. I think Shaler we're going to put here. And York we'll put right here in the center. Like flag. Alright, Wisniewski hold. Buford will cover the artillery. Gordon and Hicks and Crispy. They have the unfortunate task of being our offensive wing. Ice. Alright, car. Pull up a little bit. Matter of fact, car, get in there. Buckley, get the center. Oh, Tyler's about to break. Go ahead and initiate the attack. I was wanting them to get more down here, but we'll have to attack. Oof. He's marching. This is almost just as, it's not as, oops. It's not as chaotic as the first day. That first day, whew, that was tough. That first day was definitely tough. Alright, Tyler broke, but we've got support just in time. He's getting chewed up now. Chew him up. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now we can kind of go back to doing that. Tyler will get back into that position. Oh, it's Longstreet himself. Yeah, I think Longstreet said that he didn't even want to attack at all. I've watched a couple of documentaries on that Longstreet guy. I think he was one of the better military commanders for the Army, the Southern Army. Grant, I'm just going to give you my opinion. Grant was the best general in the whole war because he was like a relentless bulldog, you know. Persistence and determination win over any skill or tactic, at the end of the day. I mean, he refused to stop. You know, we are in big trouble. Okay. Yeah, I can see we're in big trouble. You're telling me there's more? That'd be terrible. More Confederates attack from the woods. It appears to be Anderson's division. Wonderful. Our main objective remains the same. We must protect all the ridges south of Cemetery Hill, or else the enemy will encircle us, forcing us to withdraw from the battlefield. So, yes, we have to protect all three of these positions, regardless. Now, did we make a mistake in bringing everybody down here? Maybe. But, alas, we don't know. We won't know until it plays out. So, we've got, it's not so bad. Pleasanton and Benjamin haven't seen any action yet. And they might be able to hold. And we're easily holding these positions. Okay, I'm not sure why they're not firing. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to give them a charge right here. We're going to do a reverse little round top. Oh, their condition's not good enough for charge. Of course not. Why would it be? Tyler can charge out. You know what? That might be the maneuver here. Another artillery, thank goodness. Just in time, too. See, it's starting to come up in the north. In the south, we've got them covered. Right now, we're just kind of alternating Buckley and Carr between the fortification. Anytime one of them breaks, we'll bring the other one up. Alright, everybody needs to focus on this guy. Come on. Get over there. We're having a hard time on this hill here. There you go. Okay. It's just skirmishers, easily repulsed. We do have an artillery coming up in support. Alright, Carr, come back in, fill in the gap. Run back up in there. We're going to get Robertson off this hill. One way or the other. Right, now we can bring Tyler down. Alright, Buckley, hold the fortification. Oh, Buford's about to break. Alright, artillery switch to Anderson. Okay, right now we're okay up top. Up top, Girl Scout. See if you can get a shot on Anderson way up there. Not sure your range. There you go. There you go. That's how we do it. Okay, why am I out of ammo? Here comes the infantry brigade. Right. We'll just have to hold here. Alright, here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to try and take all of these guys and figure out how to make it to where they won't be, because they don't have the condition to charge, but we don't. Alright, let's try hold your fire. Hold fire, hold fire, hold fire, hold fire. Okay, never mind, open fire. I was trying to figure out how to make them just to attack, but obviously that's not working. Charge, 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 charge. They don't have any good conditions, so they can't really charge. That's the problem. I wanted to get this guy knocked off the hill. And a lot of his infantry has like 3 perks, which is really nice. Alright, this artillery is going to cover the north here. It must not have that good of a range. Alright, York, come out in the middle. There you go. Okay, why are you not firing? Because you're out of range? Still got good morale. It's just the condition. Alright, Brooks, get more in the center. Reinforcements finally arrived. Thank goodness. Alright. I know the skirmisher will get it done on the flanking maneuver. Thank goodness. Alright, get the cavalry down here. Corps commander, get him up there. No, get him by the artillery. These 3 infantry, get them up top. 2 artillery, get a grand battery going up here. Perfect. There you go. There you go. Now you're getting somewhere. Now you're engaging in melee combat. That's what we wanted. Rough them up. Alright, our skirmishers and cavalry can wrap right here. We're going to slowly push them back over this hill here. I say that we just got repulsed. Buford, get back up there. Alright, nice, nice, nice. We're going to get heavy up here. Man, Robertson is giving us a hell of a trouble in the south. Alright. Looks like we'll have to use the cavalry too. It's going to be tricky getting up on this hill. Alright, our cavalry might could do it. Charge in there, let's go. This is crazy. Our version of Little Round Tap here. We don't really control the high ground like in the movie, but Robertson is finally out of ammo. Alright, skirmishers, move up. Gordon, move up. Pigs, keep firing on him. Skirmishers, actually attack that skirmishers. Oh, I think we're finally getting them out of the woods. So this Robertson has been like the Confederate version of Chamberlain here. He has bogged us down up on that hill. Alright, get back on that defensive horse. What are you doing? He's almost taking our center position here. We weren't paying attention. We're not using our new troops over here. Heck no. We're going to bring them up to the top. We've already done enough damage to the Confederacy here. We can hold them at bay. Alright, skirmishers. Yeah, they're walking so slow through the woods there. Oh, look at that canister shot from the artillery. Nice. Alright, Toby. Or Torbid. Sorry. Terrible pronunciation. Turn your side a little bit. Don't get flanked. Don't you dare get flanked. It's tricky moving them around because you can easily get flanked. Finally, move up. Move up. Alright, keep up the pressure. Alright, cavalry. Swing out over here. He's going to waste time attacking Gordon up here. Oh, we're finally starting to move up the hill. Nice. I think we just completely eliminated that skirmisher unit. See, it could get to a point. Oh, Buckley, get back in that defensive work. It could get to a point where we might be able to get everybody here kind of in a straight line. Didn't nearly have the push up top here that I thought we were. Yeah, the artillery is really just battering them. Let's take our 3 guns here. We're going to get them over here. We're going to shift all of our... Okay, you still have supply. Get up on that hill. These gentlemen up here need supply bad. There you go. Alright. Nice. We're kind of getting a bit of a line formed up here. There you go. Pull that skirmisher down. Oh, if this artillery up here gets positioned down there, if we get it all up here like a Napoleonic Grand Battery position, we will be chewing artillery fire down this gap. He is getting bogged down here. Alright, Appler, Evans, and Devins. Evans, Devins, Appler are 3 fresh recruits. We're going to pull them out for some offensive action. That's a good point right there. Hold on, let me save that. Our whistling. Our whistling S's are brutal. Maybe there's something you can take to fix that, I don't know. Okay, continuing on. Alright, get Grigsby in that position. Gordon, get over here. We're going to have Keys come up here and command the hilltop while our supply wagon is giving them ammunition. Okay, cavalry. And I'd like to get over here and get some of this observation post. Bring out the skirmisher right here. Okay, this is not bad. Oh, he's making a push. Don't let him knock you for that. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and rough him up. Ignore that infantry brigade. We're about to slam these guys down. Okay, hold, hold, hold. Yeah, see, that position, for whatever reason, it's not the best. So we're just going to make a straight line instead of trying to do all that. Okay, artillery, fire on Benny now. Ooh, Buford just got rocked. We just lost that brigade entirely. Yeah, better to make, I don't know, it's kind of odd how sometimes the cover works really well, and sometimes it's just not worth anything. Okay, we can easily get that. Hold fire. Capture that supply. Perfect. Now you finish off that artillery. And this supply wagon, we'll bring it back to our line. It's empty, but that's okay. So we ruined one of his artillery pieces. Okay, looking good, looking good. Yeah, this was much easier than day one. That's a fact. This was more of a normal pace. Layout and style than we had on day one. Day one was brutal. Man, that was tough. Okay. Now we're out of ammo, but we can still be a nuisance. Being out of ammo doesn't mean like you're out. It just means you have a very slow rate of fire, essentially. So he's got nothing back here. He's got a little bit way up there in the corner, but I mean, back here he's got nothing. As our cavalry swooped back in this countryside, he is all bogged down right here. Moving our artillery here was perfect. You can see how quick you go through, excuse me, supply in this game. Alright, let's take all of our artillery here. We're going to move Torbert down. York will put him like right here. Matter of fact, move York right here so we can see the battlefield. We're about to slam down on him. He's trying to come up this hill, but we're keeping him at bay. Barely. Lydell only has 176 men left. Devastating when you get him caught in a crossfire like that. It is just devastating, even though you've got weaker units. He is broken. Oh, the artillery is just beautiful right here. Beautiful position. Highly recommend utilizing the same position I did. This is working out beautifully. Okay. Everybody start moving up. We are coming up in his rear now. York can see right here if anybody's approaching it north. We do have a slight gap here, and he's still pretty heavy here. Yeah, we're definitely going to finish. If he had just, like, kept pushing at the bottom right there, he would have had us. Okay. It's still the second day. Most of our reserves are engaged to defend our left flank, and Culp's Hill is almost undefended. Great. Only the reserves of our First Corps are currently guarding the breastworks. Although we have heavily fortified the hill, it is now vulnerable to an attack from Ewell's Corps, who has been feinting all day. Probably now he will make the move. Well, of course he will, because that's what the game says. Oh my goodness, our soldiers are just dropping like flies. We've taken so many casualties. Okay. Start. Johnson's division is fresh and did not fight yesterday. It is moving to attack Culp's Hill from this direction. Wonderful. We have too few troops at the moment to defend the hill. All other forces are engaged on Cemetery Hill and on the left flank. Brigades of our 3rd Corps of reinforcements have been dispatched to help us out. They will arrive shortly from this direction. Thank goodness we get some of our 3rd Corps into play. That might be our savior, because I think our 3rd Corps, they were all full strength 2,500 man brigades. We should also worry about them making an opportunistic assault on Cemetery Hill. If we lose either of those hills, we lose the battle. Good luck. Oh boy. That's not good. Okay. And I'll tell you what, this Gettysburg battle has been a ring dainer so far. We have been just engaged like crazy. And it kind of keeps everything tight, you know. Playing everything in like sequences like this, it kind of keeps everything tight and together, you know. It's not like some of those earlier battles we had, you know, the battlefield like would keep expanding, and it would just blow up to like a huge map. I'll be honest, you know, the strategy guy in me kind of likes that, you know. I like the big giant map, you know, being able to move forces all around. But having these tight sequences in small areas has been, oof, it's been intense. That's the benefit of it. So we're just hydrating ourselves right here before we start this Culp's Hill. So we have to keep Cemetery Hill and Culp's Hill. Have to, like mandatory. Or we'll probably get the defeat like we did before. Okay, save. Here we go. Yeah, save at the beginning of each sequence. Okay, so hold Culp's Hill, hold Cemetery Hill. Alright, here's what we need to do. We need to get our artillery squared away here. Alright, pull him up here. Wow, this is odd positioning here. Okay, too many. Pull him up here. We look pretty good over here. Over here looks pretty good with the 3 artillery. And this sink, okay. We're probably not going to be moving our artillery. Alright, who is low on supply? You and you. This infantry is out. And this infantry is about out. So this supply wagon here, let's let me select all these guys. Okay, fill up these artillery here real quick. Porter's infantry brigade here, we're going to keep him in reserve for the moment. Everybody else is pretty well deployed. Okay, we've got some reinforcements coming in, thank goodness. Alright, get in there. Cavalry, get over here. Supply wagon, perfect. Alright, supply wagon we'll bring over here. Appler and Devons, get them over here in the center. We'll pull them up as reserves. So right now, Porter, I just have him as a reserve here. We do have good defensive positions. I hope these defensive positions work better than... I say some of them don't work. There's just a couple of them that they're not laid out very good, and you get flanked pretty easy. Heinzelman is at the tip up here. Okay, bring that artillery up here. Cavalry, come out here, get a little view of what's going on in the battlefield. Appler, maybe come here, do a bit of flanking. Devons, just go straight to the center here. Heinzelman is really going to have to hold his own up here. Heinzelman and Boyle, plus these two artillery pieces, are going to have to hold up top. Give us time to get Devons up there. Appler's going to try and do some flanking maneuvers. He's got some breastworks of his own. Or no, he's just defended in the woods. Okay. Oh boy. Wow, this cavalry is taking artillery fire. Okay, Devons, you're going to need to run. Alright, you two, start firing on Daniel. We've got O'Neill. He'll retreat. Supply wagon, come up here to the hill first. You are out of supply. So you come over here and then you can come back. Okay. This cavalry... Oh, there's an infantry right there. Dang it. Yeah, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Oh, that was a bad idea. It's okay. Okay, this is good. We're kind of a little bit flanking here. Alright, Appler, pull up over here. Alright, let's get this cavalry pulled back. We'll have the cavalry hang out back here. For now, hold that hill. Alright, Harker. Once you get your supply up, Parker and Devons, come right here. Supply wagon, just be in the center, fill up everybody. I'm going to pull Appler up in the center here. I've still got a reserve infantry. If any of our fortifications break off, we'll have him jump in there. So we've got plenty of strong fortifications here. Looks like we had just barely a large enough army for the Battle of Gettysburg. You can imagine how you struggle if you have a bunch of draws during the campaign and your army's not as big as you want it to be. Because we barely have had enough to deal with this Gettysburg threat. So far, we're doing pretty good. Alright, Appler is going to come up in this gap right here. Slowly but surely. A Oh, there's some movement in the west. Supply wagon. Yeah, this is heavy fighting right here. If he didn't have all the trees here, we'd be chewing him up. But he's got so much cover from the trees. Alright, who is low on ammunition? You are the only one, but you're filling it. Everybody's looking good on ammo. Morale, not so much. I don't know why. I have a corps commander here. See, I could take the cavalry, try to take that supplies, but there's an infantry too close. Yeah, we won't be able to knock Walker out of the woods here, but we're definitely keeping everybody at bay. Hope's Hill. Our third corps got this in the bag. I think somebody might be able to run out there and get that real quick. Put on hold fire so we don't shoot it. So I'm just trying to capture it. We came way too close to our front lines. Oh, the moment we come out of our fortification, we just get swiped. Oh, come on, get it. Capture it. I want it. There you go. Alright, pull back. We stole that supply wagon. That's funny. It still actually has a little bit of supply in it. That's pretty good. So far, he's not making a push. About 530 seconds left. Yeah, thank goodness our third corps was. We had several 2,500 man brigades here. And some of these guys were part of our first corps too. Franklin, Perrin, Standard, I think. Parker. I think we've had to replace some of them. Some of the commanders. We didn't capture too many enemies during Gettysburg, but we got a few of their supply wagons here and there. At least we just eliminate them having supply wagons. Yeah, he's defended along the north and downtown and northern part of the city. I wonder if this was... I wonder where Pickett's charge was. I think it was south of here. I don't think it was right here. Oh, we are getting some nasty crossfire from his artillery. Well, this is kind of a calm engagement. Not much going on with the live chat right now, but that's alright. I love everybody just the same. All I ask is a like Might as well give myself a like too. Why not? Oh, we got another like. I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Whoever shot a like out. And I'm not sure what we're going to be doing this evening. It'll be a silent stream. There won't be any commentary, but could be. We could go back to playing some Civil War Generals 2 a little bit. I don't know. I've played that game to death now. This past year. We'll think about it. Could just do some Red Alert skirmish maps. Red Alert 2. I haven't done that in a while. I think that would be a good idea. I think that's what I'll do. I'll download that. I haven't uninstalled it at the moment. I can just reinstall it. And we can do some of that. That's a beautiful playlist if you ever get around to watching that one. Pretty much all the playlists that are like full campaign playlists, those are the bangers to hang out to and listen to while you're in the car or working or whatever. Get your mind off the numbing jobs that we all have. It's my favorite part about YouTube is it helps me relax and escape from whatever boring thing I'm into at the moment. I can just put some on YouTube in the background and go about my business. Makes it a lot more enjoyable. About 150 seconds, and they have done a whole lot of nothing this battle. It's like they've given up. They've just said, we got nothing. But watch the last 100 seconds. They just do an all-out charge. That would be funny. But I'm not too worried about this engagement here. He's just kind of sitting back here, And I mean, yeah, he's been pounding us, but it's not been that bad. We've had a little bit of attrition on him, too. Probably Battle is the one that's taken the most casualties. He has. Well, 1 minute. We shall see. This might be the end. Or are they going to start a whole nother third day? This might not be the third day. This might be the end of the second day. I'll be honest, if this is the end of the second day, we're just going to hang it up. It would be nice to have a third day with everything on the field. But as I say, this is our first time. Perfect. Victory. Okay, so there is the third day. Wow. This single engagement alone is going to take a whole of 3 streams to cover. We'll read some of the descriptions, we'll start it, and then we'll get out of here. We bravely held Culp's Hill yesterday. All night our soldiers were tirelessly building more breastworks to strengthen the hill's defenses. Several brigade of our 3rd Corps of reinforcements occupy this work, making the hill an impenetrable defensive position. The rebels, though, do not give up. They are preparing to attack again this morning with additional forces. So, same deal, but not sure what's going on over here. Oh, see, I think if you didn't deploy all of your corps, this could be an opportunity to, add a couple more corps, if that makes sense. But man, I don't know how you can get your army that large because the casualties just rack up in this game. That's why I'm still not certain whether it's good to go smaller brigade size but more brigades or fewer but larger brigades. I try to keep them as large as I can. We must hold the hill at all costs or we will lose the battle. Okay, so save as live stream. And, okay, so right now you just have one objective. So that means we can get like uber tight in our defense here. And honestly, bring Heinzelman down here. Davids and Franklin, we'll pull them up if need be. And that is why we're pulling Heinzelman down, because this artillery down here is slightly exposed. I say slightly, it's actually a lot. We have a save. We're going to speed this up. We're going to see how this plays out. Oh, we just lost our cavalry. That's okay. They're pretty easy to replace. Yeah, that artillery down there is a nuisance to him. This is kind of funny when you got it on super speed. Oh, we completely destroyed that. That's funny. He's got several skirmishers here. Shockingly, we are still holding. Nice. Somebody broke. Not sure who it was. Oh, it might have been that Parker. I say Parker, it's actually Parker. This is kind of funny when you have it on the fast speed. We're just messing around right here. Oh, you got an enemy in your rear. Okay, no. Go back and get some skirmishers. Don't let the skirmishers. Nice. Heinzelman and the two artillery are just ruining his day. That's so funny. This is kind of funny how Heinzelman is just back and forth. He's actually chewed up quite a few of these skirmisher lines too. He's finally breaking. Trying to get him to fall back, but when he's kind of routed like this, you can't control him. Fire right there. We'll pull him back down here to this position. If he recovers. As far as that hill, it hasn't given up at all. Ah, nice attack by his cavalry there. But this is definitely not how we're going to play it. We're just kind of messing around with the speed up version. Although we technically haven't lost any brigade yet. Now we're going to lose that one up. Oh yeah, he's done for. That's kind of funny. I wonder if so far we've lost 2 artillery brigades. Oh, there is another part. Yeah, we'll definitely be reloading that for sure. Definitely be reloading that for sure. Oh, okay. This is this might be the final dealio here. We have the potential to counterattack now while the enemy is not expecting us and capture their headquarters on Seminary Ridge. This would be enough to claim victory today. It's your choice. Oh, so it looks like you can end this battle pretty quick if you just rush out there and take that, but that's probably not what we're going to be doing. Either way, we have our save. We're good. We'll replay that second part. Until next time, peace.